We have just had a major leak for Universes Beyond, the upcoming Marvel lineup. Now, there's a lot to go over in today's video. We'll discuss the cards. We're also going to talk about the implications of this product lineup and what Wizards of the Coast is likely going to do. Wizards of the Coast is going after somebody on this one. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here, and thank you again for hanging out with me on my channel today to discuss Marvel Universes Beyond and the amazing product leak that we've just received. Now, this product leak is a couple of days old. I understand the most recent channels will jump on this stuff and they're just breathing it all in because it's amazing to see what's just happened. But there's a lot of implications, a lot of financial stuff I want to remind you guys about, as well as what these cards represent. So we're going to take a look at the cards, we're going to talk about what's going on, and what likely Wizards of the Coast is going to have happen. So let's take a look at this, guys. First, let's start out by recognizing that these could be fake. We don't know for 100% certainty, but everything I've read, everything I looked at, most people are pretty sure that these kind of line up with what you'd expect for a Magic card, and I, after reading them, kind of believe as well. So let's get a closer look at some of these cards. So we have these 4 cards here, plus they showed Teferi's Protection, but we're going to cover the 4 as the main cards, okay? So our first one we're sharing with you is Captain America, the First Avenger. Now, this is red, white, and blue, which is very funny because, of course, his outfit is red, white, and blue. He is a 4/4 legendary creature, human soldier, hero. Now, he has throw. 3, unattach the equipment from Captain America. He deals that damage equal to the equipment's mana value divided any way you choose among 1, 2, or 3 targets. Kind of like his shield is like bouncing around, taking people out. That's amazing. Most people are probably thinking like the colossal hammer and big, huge, giant things. Keep that in mind because catch at the beginning of combat on your turn, attach up to 1 equipment you control to Captain America. Guys, they made the first Avengers like a ninja on steroids. This guy's going to be crazy powerful. Okay, it's awesome. I love every moment of looking at this card. But at the same time, recognize what it represents and the abuses a lot of these cards are likely going to go through. Now, for our next card, okay, let's take a look at, of course, a personal favorite, Wolverine, Best There Is. Now, there's a lot to go over in this card that I want to talk with you guys about. Number 1, red, green, and a colorless fits in perfectly. I have no issue. Compared to D&D, I'm already in heaven because he's a 2/2 legendary creature, mutant, berserker, hero. I like the hero. Notice they're adding those little hero things in. Now, unrivaled lethality. Double all damage Wolverine would deal. I want you to think about that for a moment and understand what that represents. Think about all the damage things you could pump onto something and then finding a way to throw him like a speedball special or make him unblockable in some way, and you've got some serious damage come your way. But at the beginning of each end step, if Wolverine dealt combat damage to another creature this turn, you get to put a +1/+1 counter on him. Not you as a player, but another creature. He also regenerates. 1 green, 1 generic, regeneration. Wolverine, baby, we love you. This is what I'm talking about. Amazing. I can't wait for this to come around. Now, for our next card, we're going to take a look at Iron Man, the Titan of Innovation. This card is disgustingly powerful. We're going to talk about this for a second. 1 red, 1 blue, 3 generic for a 4/4. Now, he does have flying. He does have haste. He's a legendary artifact, creature, human, hero, which makes perfect sense because he has all kinds of nanobots in him. But if you look at what he does, it says whenever Iron Man attacks, create a treasure token. Then you may sacrifice a non-creature artifact. If you do, search your library for an artifact card with mana value equal to 1 plus the sacrificed artifact's mana value. Did you guys notice yesterday there was a banning video? And that banning video got rid of some key cards which would ramp things up? I'm just saying it doesn't have to fit together, but the fact that Iron Man could go and get those cards on turn 1 and could get you a Jeweled Lotus, he could go and get you a Mana Crypt, kind of suspicious in the Moxman's little world of conspiracy theories. But either way, he's going to be a very powerful card. There's lots of cards you can go and get with him, and there's other artifacts you can build up and get rid of to get even better artifacts. But it just seems very suspicious to me that this could all happen, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at our next card, and the last one we're going to talk about. And this is going to be Black Panther, Wakandan King. Very unique kind of card here. It's a 2/2 for 1 white and 1 green. Legendary creature, human, noble, hero. He has first strike. He has Survey the Realm. Whenever Black Panther or another creature you control enters, remember, this is how you know it's kind of real as a card. It didn't say enter the battlefield. Somebody knew what to put the text, which makes me think this is a real card, because this is the new way they've said it. Enters, put a +1/+1 counter on a target land you control. So whenever another creature enters, you get to put these +1/+1 counters across different lands. You can build all kinds of crazy stuff up. Not to mention, a lot of lands can become creatures nowadays. Now, it also has 3 move all +1/+1 counters from one target land you control onto target creature. If one or more +1/+1 counters are moved this way, you gain that much life and you draw a card. It's like a weird version of Nadu, isn't it? It's kind of weird. Like, you put the +1/+1 counters and you get to draw a card and the creature gets a little bit bigger. So now that we've seen all the cards, we've talked about the stuff, you've seen it, pay attention to that packaging. Okay? Pay attention to that, because it looks like to me these are either individually packaged items, because I see other little sleeves behind, so it looks like all kinds of like insert promos or something. So that tells me that these are probably going to be put into a product lineup or a giveaway thing. Somebody took them from the production line. The Pinkertons are coming. Somebody's going to find this one out, because these are 2025. These are really far in advance. But from everything I've seen, in my opinion, they look real to me. I could be wrong, but they look real. They look like cards I would expect to see, but better than that, they actually fit with a power level I was kind of expecting as well. Now, there's a lot to go over. Wizards of the Coast is going to give us a whole litany of what's going on. They may not address it right away. They might be in damage control in the Ivory Tower saying, how did this all happen? Who let the cat out of the bag? Who's to blame? Who on the production line? Don't we have video cameras? Find out who did this. But this stuff wasn't just videotaped. This was taken. This was taken right off, man. Liam Neeson came in, got the title of the movie taken, and just walked out the door. And said, I have a particular set of skills. Don't mess with me. Either way, it's gone. It's out the barn door. We kind of get an idea now of what these cards look like. I can't wait to see Juggernaut, the Hulk. What else are they giving us? Because if you look at the pile of cards, they're not the same. There's little bits there. I think they're a little bit different. I can't wait, guys. This is going to be... Like, part of me says, you know, conspiracy side would say, oh, they did this on purpose to get the word out. To give you kind of a taste in your mouth. Because maybe some of our sales aren't doing well. We got to boost up stuff. Or maybe, because of the bannings, we had to let something slip out the barn door to get people's minds off of those bannings. Which won't work, by the way. It won't. But the Iron Man one really does bother me, because that banning of those particular artifacts is a whole different level, because Iron Man will let you get those on turn 1. Yes, he has to be turn 5 to get out, but he has haste. So you're going to use them right away. And if you don't have those cards already, you're going to thing your deck out, which could allow you to go off on bigger things. I'm telling you, something there. Either way, this is one of those instruments of stuff that I look at and say, it's going to be a great set by the look of it. By the look. Maybe it's just my excitement. I like how they put the cards together, although they seem super powerful to me. Like they really do. And that's Moxman, who loves super powered stuff. It seems just on a next level. Now, of course, we don't know the rules in which these cards will be used. We don't know how they can be utilized. We don't know if it says, hey, these can only be played in Marvel Universe world all by itself. You can't mix these with other Magic sets. You have no idea what rules they've come up with to make sure it doesn't unsettle other formats. We also don't know if they're going to do any of that. Maybe this is all going to be allowed, and it's just going to be quite the show for everyone to see what happens next. Either way, letting these cards, or these cards being shown, gives us a little bit of an inside look at how Marvel has collaborated with Wizards of the Coast. Bringing back something like Regenerate isn't something Wizards was probably very keen on. Bringing back some of these cards and the power levels and the combinations, they probably had a lot of open door conversation talks with the guys at Marvel of what their expectations were. Wizards probably wants to ramp things up a bit to make sure this set goes off without a hitch and make sure it has the same popularity as something like Lord of the Rings, which really, you just got to build a good set. It doesn't have to be overpowered, in my opinion. It just has to be well connected with a lot of synergy that allows players to really have a good time. I can't wait to see what they do next, but this gives you guys a little bit of insight. Now, from the financial side of things, be afraid. Be extremely afraid. This power level does not come cheaply. This will cost you. The problem is, players are probably going to have a hard time paying for collector boxes. So it's going to be sitting inside the play booster box realm. And the commander decks are going to be highly sought after. They will be reprinted multiple times. We'll get to that later on. But those collector boxes, they are going to cost a lot of money. And I think they're going to keep that allocation really tight to draw fans in. And the special bundle pack, which I guarantee will be there, an intro deck, I just expect all this stuff now. It's going to hit home with a lot of people. It's going to hit home with kids, comic fans. It's going to be everywhere. It's just one of those things I'm so sure of that I'd kick myself if I was wrong. I'll have to find a way to kick myself if this is all wrong and this flops, because I don't think it will. You guys let me know. You drop some comments in the comment section. Let me know how you think this goes off with you. How did you feel after looking at the cards? Do you think they're real or not? And of course, if you enjoyed today's content, don't forget, guys, like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notification bell. I put out new content every single day. And of course, we're only 800 and change away from getting to 25,000 subs. And that's because of everyone out there watching and viewing and giving the videos a thumbs up. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. And who knows what tomorrow will bring, but it's a crazy time in the world of Magic the Gathering. Hey guys, a big shout out and thank you to my fantastic patrons who support the channel. Guys, if it wasn't for my patrons or my YouTube membership members' daily uploaded content, it just wouldn't happen the way it does. So thanks again, and a shout out to each and every one of those people who supports my channel and the efforts on the channel each and every day. Guys, have a great one today. Shop smart, shop S-smart, and we'll see you in the Marvel world. Okay. Just give me a minute. Now, most of you realize I'm in the same shirt because this is a double filming. Ran home to get the banning video that I put out yesterday and then jumped right into this one, which I know is a day late, but it's a day late, a buck short, who cares? I have to talk about this. It's amazing. The Wolverine card is amazing. That's how Drist should have been. Captain America, OMG. Iron Man? Don't think I didn't notice that Iron Man gets 1 or less casting cost artifacts. And then they just banned 2 of the prime ones. Do you think maybe there's some collusion there? I can't help but think about it. Alright, and of course, guys, looking at Black Panther, it's like, that's going to be fun. It's just going to be a fun card. Cheap casting cost, great cards. I can't wait to see how this plays out on the bigger scale and to see more of the samplings of cards that come up. It's going to be a great year of Magic. I can't help it. It's awesome. The bannings really upset me, though, because it upset a lot of my friends. It didn't affect me that much, but so many of my friends got affected that I couldn't, you feel it. You're like, $16,000 in cards wiped out? Phew. It's the stuff that made some of my friends leave before. And a lot of them are saying they're just not going to follow the rules, by the way, if you're caring about that. But now, back to Marvel. Wolverine, epic, can't wait. Can't wait to see what else comes. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. That's the end of it. Have an awesome day. Marvel is going to be awesome.